As you see the title today, questions and answers about Islam. Now it's very easy to ask questions, but it's very hard to answer them. Before I start, I want to say thank you for all those who send me their prayer and their support, because supposedly I don't feel good, but thanks to God I'm getting I'm getting better. It just 48 hours. It was kind of hard, but now it's a lot better than before. Usually I don't get sick, but I mean, sometime you need to change oil, right? Like I really get sick, but look like in the last 40 hours I had to try sick again. Maybe sickness missed me. So anyway, always we see Muslims questioning the Bible. And one of the funny thing I find about Muslims questioning the Bible is when a Muslim he questioning the Bible, he should be questioning his God first. Why? Because you see, when somebody is a Muslim, he believes that the Bible is the book of Allah. It's not like somebody is a Hindu. So when you are a Muslim and you come to us and you say, as an example, that the Torah is corrupt or the Injil is corrupt, and actually the Quran, he used exactly the word Injil, which is a Greek word, which is a clear proof that Muhammad, he is not a prophet of God. Because if Muhammad he claimed that the Injil is the book of Isa, which sent to the Jews, how in the world a book sent by somebody supposedly he is from the Jews according to Islam to the Jews, but yet the name of his book is in Greek? It's like saying Christian Prince he made the book to the Chinese, but the name of the book in German. This is how silly the statement is. Especially we are talking about religion belief. Isa was sent only to the Jews. He's not an international prophet for them, only to the Jews. Then we find things in the opposite when it's come to Islam. Muhammad is an international prophet, but his book in Arabic, and people have to pray in Arabic to a God who don't listen to any language except Arabic, but yet he's international prophet. This is how much they have double standard in their thinking and their questioning. Same time, it is us who should ask the question. As long Allah is the one who revealed the Quran and the Torah and the Injil, why Allah, according to Muslim, he decided to protect the Quran, but he don't want to protect the Injil and the Torah? I mean, isn't it silly? Isn't it silly of this God? Is the book of God is equal to other books of God? If the Muslim they want to say to us that the book of the Allah, the Quran, is more important than the Injil, that's mean the Muslim believe that Allah was silly, stupid when he wrote the Injil, and he was stupid and silly when he wrote the Torah. So what do you mean this book Allah will protect and the other one will not? In the Quran you will find verses where it says لا مبدل لكلمات الله. Nobody can change the word of Allah. Okay, how you say nobody can change the word of Allah, and then you say to us that they changed the word of Allah? Huh? Read this verse with me in the Quran, and this is the Muslim translation. The Muslim they say that the Arab were amazed with the Quran, but the verse in the front of us it says that the Arab they were asking him to replace the Quran. They who look not for the meeting with us, say, bring a lecturer other than this, or change it. Say, O Muhammad, it is not for me to change it. Of my accord, I only follow which is inspired to me. Here we find something very funny. You see, the word inspired is correct. In Arabic, it says wahi. But Muhammad never been inspired Quran. And here we see how silly, stupid the idea of the one who wrote the Quran. Because inspired is not by getting delivery by a guy. If a guy come to my house and he delivered to me a package of zucchini, this is not inspiration. I'm not inspired zucchini. Muhammad never inspired. If we ask the Muslims, can you show me where Muhammad was inspired? They cannot. So the one here who chose this word is stupid, is silly. And Muhammad saying, they are asking him to change the Quran, and he says, I cannot change the Quran because this is what I inspired. But Muhammad never received inspiration. Muhammad received delivery. Isn't it, you Muslims, all of you agree that Muhammad received Quran from a guy, his name is Jibreel? So where is the inspiration? And he spoke to him face to face. Inspiration is not, even if God spoke to me, is not inspiration no more. If he spoke to me directly by voice, he appeared in front of me, that is not inspiration. Inspire is it, he put it in my mind. I was inspired from inside me, from the inner of a human being, that God inspired you, so you write something by his inspiration. But if it is delivery, this is not inspiration. Do we agree, people, or my English is not helping me to explain? Do you understand me? So here you notice that the Quran is very silly and it doesn't make sense in any way, in any mean. And the more you read this book, the more you find that this book is very silly. Like as an example, read the verse after it. So if Allah had so willed, I should not have received it to you, nor would have made it known to you. I dwelt among you a whole lifetime before it. Before it, what does that mean? And the bit between two bracket came to me to explain it. Have ye then no sense? I like it when the Quran is speaking about sense. You remember yesterday we show you the verse where it says you can eat in your houses. Anyone remember what chapter was? Who remember? Let us see how many of you is learning. What the chapter is? The chapter, it says, as long as we mentioned it yesterday, let's refresh your memory. Which chapter in the Quran it says you are allowed to eat in your house? Anyone remember? 24. Somebody says 23. Okay. Anyone remember? No. See, like you guys are not really learning. Yeah, it's 24:61. So always if you wanna speak to Muslims, you have to keep your reference in mind. Otherwise, there's no point, right? Like in the future, if you want to show them this verse, what you do? I mean, are you going to start searching? When somebody speak about sense, and you just yesterday we made this video for you, showing you how silly, how funny this book is. Imagine there is God. He says to us, no blame is there upon the blind, nor no blame upon the lame, nor any blame upon the sick, nor on yourself if you eat in your houses. I mean, have you ever heard of such a God saying it's okay, no blame upon you if you are blind to eat in your home? Since when there is a blame? I mean, what nation in the world they blame somebody anyway for eating in his house? If this is God talking, God, he sit in his table and he start thinking, what I will write today, what I will teach the human being today. I want to give them extra wisdom, something they do not know. I will give them ethic. Let me write here, no blame if you are sick to eat in your home. Hello, no blame. No blame if you are blind to eat in your home. No blame if you are lame to eat in your home. A guy, he cannot walk, where he will eat. No blame to eat in the house of your father. No blame to eat in the house of your mother. Hello? I mean, this is something I have to get God to tell me. It's okay to eat in my house, in the house of my father and the house of my mother, and then the house of my brother and the house of my sister. So here you notice that this is very silly, stupid book. But the Muslims always, they try to give us, or to try to make you believe that this is an amazing book, wisdom. If you read the verse after this one, you will see how silly this book. Or even if you read the verse before it, look at this verse. Look at this verse. Read and love. As for women past childbearing, which mean over 50 years old, who have no hope of marriage, it is not a sin for them if they discard clothing in such a way not to show adornment. What is that? Allah is saying to women, it's okay, it's not a sin if you don't have makeup, because now supposedly you are in the maintenance store. Do you see it, guys? What do you mean it's not a sin? What even the business of this God with women who they are over the age of 50 to tell them such a silly thing? It's okay if you are in an age where you cannot have babies no more, if you don't put makeup, and if you look horrible, and if you don't take of yourself, take care, if you don't wear nice clothes, it's okay, it's not sin. Why? She is dead, she's a woman, so what if she is 45 or she is 50? I mean, this is God. What is the wisdom? Another verse here. Don't call the prophet the same you call each other. What? The true believer, he don't speak to his messenger the same he speak to others. Why? He is God. If you want to go to the prophet, you have to ask for permission. Make not the calling of the messenger among as you calling one another. And then if you go to the rules, you will see that you cannot speak loud when you speak to the messenger. You have to speak like this. Prophet, how are you? If you say, Prophet, how are you? That's not right. You have to lower your voice. And you have to be subdued like you are a cat. And he is the big dog. Make not the calling of the messenger among you as calling one another. Allah knows those who steal away. What does that mean? Hiding yourself, hiding themselves. What does that mean? Allah making a threat. You cannot talk about Muhammad the same you talk about others. Muhammad is God. Don't talk about the prophet in the way you talk about others, because Allah all knowing, he knew how you talk about him. Muhammad, he fabricated Quran to make them speak to him in such a way as God, even if he is not there. Otherwise Allah all knowing and he will punish you. And here we go, this is a verse from Allah.